Just kidding. Just kidding. That was a little too crazy. Nah, I'm sorry. I need to download the song, but also I'm like a weirdo right now because my phone battery's on 17%, so I can't really waste much more battery, but I had to dance to that song. I'm sorry, guys. I find the theme music for Royal Rumble this year, We Got the Power, very catchy, so I had to do that for my entrance for sure. But guys, what is going on, guys? This is the Club with the Man 1993 back up here again for my second stream of the night. Now we're going to be talking about my predictions for the 2019 Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which takes place this Sunday, January 27th, 2019, from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is going to be very interesting, especially how the stage setup can be since it's in a ballpark, not just like a basketball or like hockey arena or anything like that. So I feel the stage should be different. And I had heard rumors, apparently, I'm not sure if it's for the whole show, but the Royal Rumble participants are going to be entering through the dugout, I heard, which is definitely very interesting. And other news also involving people involved in this show has been broken to me in the past couple of days that can impact, what we see going forward. Because whenever I do Rumble predictions anymore, well, of course, I only started doing, pay-per-view preview prediction videos before the top 10 topics. But whenever I've done, my predictions for Rumble, of course, you're really thinking ahead because with any of these pay-per-views, especially towards the end of the year or whatnot, you're starting to think, stuff for WrestleMania is going to get started. This is, of course, where, the road to WrestleMania begins, as Rumble is usually about 70 days, I believe, before WrestleMania. So there's a lot to think about when doing these predictions for sure, especially when it comes to the Royal Rumble matches. Now, looking at this card, though, for the Royal Rumble, there are 9 matches on this card. 7 on the main show, 2 on the pre-show. Most of these matches I gotta say I'm looking forward. There's only 2 matches I gotta say that I really don't care for, and that's the SmackDown Tag Title match and the United States Championship match. Those are the only 2 matches I don't really care for at all. But the rest of them I'm looking forward to. And done right, this can be a really good show. And making these predictions in general, because I'm not just going to say who I think is going to win the Rumble match or whatnot. I'm going to do what I did a couple years ago with Robbie, Dan, Gene, all of us. And I did it last year, so we didn't have time to do it with the Horseman Brothers. But when we get to the Rumble predictions, I'm going to literally fantasy book and map out my Royal Rumble card. 1 second. Anyways, I had to rest on my phone. But anyways, so that's what I'm going to do. And of course, coming up with those predictions for the Rumble matches were tough to begin with. And also was tough for the thing about this card was, again, mapping this card out when I thought each match was going to take place. It was a lot to think about. And most of this is because, believe it or not, the women. I feel the women's action is what's really gonna shape up the quality of the show. Yes, there's stuff with the men, of course, that we have also, but the women, the stuff with the women is what's gonna be like the core of making this show capitalize on the potential it has. So again, 7 of the 9 matches on this show, including pre-show matches, I'm looking forward to. 1 pre-show match I don't care for. 1 main show match I do not care for. Surprise entrance, that was tough to think of also. But we're going to get into all of it, guys. It's going to be a nice, long, interesting stream for sure. As again, because of this, I am pushing my special top 10 special of the week till tomorrow, which will be my top 10 Royal Rumble matches of all time. But let's do the live chat first. Take a roll call and see who is here. We've got Larry and Mark again. Of course, Mark thought it was funny, and Larry's like, "What was that?" Again, me dancing to "We Got the Power" because I find it very catchy. Guys, trust me, when the right song comes on, I love to dance. Just if someone got on tape at all, my cousin's wedding last month, I did the worm, following up with my dad doing the somersault. So father-son moment there for sure. But yeah, I think the notification thing is officially dead for live streams for me. No message at all that the stream starts. Sorry, I gotta check this very fast. It's something work related, really quick. Oh, I got a paycheck. Awesome. Just want to say thank you. 1 second. Anyways, so we get that. I gotta plug my phone back in. I hate this. Okay. Sorry, that was work related. That's the only reason why I answered that. But anyways, go check the live chat. Larry hates YouTube because of that. Yeah, we'll get to Miz and Shane. I'm not interested in that at all, though. Definitely the most interesting thing for sure. I'm such a funny bastard, apparently. Well, thank you, Larry. I'd like to think I'm funny for sure, but I'm not full of myself. But I try, guys. But so without further ado, guys, I guess let's get into this card, which again, it was not. I mean, that is for Takeover. Most of the matches, for the most part, were easy to predict. There was a couple that I just was not sure where to predict. This card, there was a lot of stuff that was tough for me to predict. Mostly, the hardest stuff again was just mapping out the Rumble matches. Like the surprise entrance and whatnot. But some of these winners as well were tough to predict because I'm like, okay, it's pretty much the right path for this person to go, but I still see something wrong with this person here, but we'll get to that when it gets to it. So let's start off with the 2 pre-show matches first. The first match should be on the pre-show because I just do not care about this one bit at all whatsoever, is the U.S. title match with Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. What the hell is this story about, first off? I don't know. Is this just, Nakamura just making fun of Rusev just because some total diva footage and whatnot? It's just, and, then it had this thing where, Rusev knocked over Nakamura while Lana was sitting on his shoulders. Like, it's weird. I did not get that part at all. I don't know. It's done nothing for me. Like I love NXT Nakamura. Main roster Nakamura, especially ever since he won the U.S. title. Like, I could say, even though he was still starting going downhill, I was tolerating him up until after his SummerSlam match with Jeff Hardy. Then that's where I just that U.S. title run I lost like all interest in Nakamura, and he's someone who I really think should go back to New Japan or even consider AEW this year for sure. But I don't care about this match whatsoever. I mean, yeah, Rusev's U.S. champion again, but is it really going to get into much far at all? As I feel he's going to hold it until Andrade takes it. And then I thought of this, something. I mean, I've been saying where Andrade should go for WrestleMania, but I thought of something else because I thought of another person I completely forgot about. He's been out injured. But it could be for another dream match post-WrestleMania. A good post-WrestleMania feud for the U.S. title for sure. Does not involve Andrade, though. But we will get to that. I feel that Rusev will drop the U.S. title maybe within a month or so to like Andrade. And, I'll go from there. But I don't care about this match. Do it first on the pre-show because not too many people, I feel like too many people here do. And is it sad? Keep in mind, is it sad also that Nakamura won the Rumble last year? Was in a world title match at WrestleMania to be put on the pre-show of the Royal Rumble 1 year later. It's a little sad, touch sad maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah, don't care about this match. Not gonna watch it. Rusev, I predict him to retain over Nakamura. The second match, which why couldn't this been on the main show? Like this match deserves the main show. For crying out loud. I'm just tired of seeing these guys getting ripped off. people always say stuff like, like some people even in podcasts, like, that they were always told that, there's no harm in being on the pre-show. It's no different. Like, okay, then, I can't remember if it was like, Dean Ambrose or Ryback or someone says it's just like, okay, well then why can't, Triple H, like someone like Triple H take a pre-show match or something like that instead of being on the main show? It's like, why is like the same people always being thrown in the pre-show? But that goes, of course, with the cruiserweights, as again, some of the best wrestlers for sure are in that cruiserweight division right now. And they're being booked properly because of one man, Triple H. But they're being stuck on the pre-show once again without being given an opportunity to shine on the main card. Really, the other match I feel it should put in the pre-show is a SmackDown Tag Title match, because I don't care about that match at all either. But I actually will, like, if I don't get to watch the pre-show on Sunday, I will take the time to check this match out. But this match, I feel, should be the second pre-show match, happening more closer towards the start of the pay-per-view, because it will really fire up the crowd. This fatal four-way match between Buddy Murphy and Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, and Hideo Itami. Now, I've already mentioned that the slight little problem I have with this match is the fact that they said, oh, these are going to be you taking on 3 of the best cruiserweights in the world. I can see Hideo Itami being there. Maybe Kalisto. But again, like, I don't mind Akira Tozawa, but I feel like, as far as like, being considered one of the best cruiserweights in the world, I would say he's one of the absolute bests. So like, him in this match kind of like takes me out of that story just a little bit, I gotta say, but he's still getting an opportunity to shine in like, the title scene. So let's see how it goes for him, because he had the program with Neville, which was not too bad in 2017, except for the fact that it gave the title for 6 days, and then they just gave right back to Neville just because, I don't know, it was pointless. I don't get why they did that. Probably just have an excuse for us to watch the match at SummerSlam that year, because that's when, of course, 205 Live was absolutely pointless, even though Neville was doing a great job as Cruiserweight Champion until he dropped it to, of all people, Enzo freaking Amore, which I still don't understand that from the get-go, but, we've talked about that how many times. But I feel this is Buddy Murphy's match to retain. I feel he's going to retain the title, although I will say, if they choose for some reason to drop the title, the drop Murphy's title reign, the only person I can see in this match winning it is Hideo Itami. Based off of this momentum he is seemingly getting ever since him and Arya Daivari have teamed up. And again, as I mentioned before on my 205 Live reviews, I used to hate Arya Daivari. Like he was like the Kurt Hawkins of the Cruiserweight division. He was out there for 7 months with an injury. I thought first, oh, maybe Triple H didn't see anything, but no, I didn't know he was actually out with an injury. But he came back. And him kind of being a Tommy's mouthpiece, and him even showing a physical side in a couple of squash matches he's had, I'm starting to slowly become a little more bit of a fan of this alliance with Tommy and Daivari for sure. But again, if anyone though, I mean, again, I'm still picking Murphy, but I'm 95% sure that Murphy's going to retain, and I don't think Kalisto or Tozawa is winning it. But that slight part of me feels that I feel there is a slight chance they could put the belt on Tommy, though, also, because based off of the momentum he's definitely gained recently. My pick is still going to be Buddy Murphy, and it will be a fun fatal four-way for sure. So my picks for the pre-show matches are Rusev retaining and Murphy retaining. But don't be surprised. I mean, I won't be surprised if they decide to put the belt on Tommy or something like that. Let's check the live chat very fast. Let's see here. So many questions. What happens with Becky? Will she be in the Rumble? Will there be a title change? Will there be a horsewoman segment? We will get to that. And then Cien Almas. Yes, should be there, but it's gone. Nakamura is dead for sure. And why are we back with having cruiserweights on the freaking pre-show? I don't know. WrestleMania especially, they better be put on the main show. I mean, I don't know who Buddy Murphy will face if he's still champion by then, but they better be back on the pre-show, I feel, by then. But, we'll see what happens when we get to there. With that, though, we're going to move on now to the main show. Now, again, when I do this, these predictions, I always try to, map out the order of how, I try to map out, the order that I think these matches will go in. And this card was tough. And again, it was mainly because of the women. Originally, because of how I think the finish for the women's Royal Rumble match will be, I thought they were going to have that be the main event again. But thinking about it again, I'm having that not be the main event and the men's Rumble match be the main event. I'll explain why when we get there, because of one other match that involves the women, of course. And of course, it's one of the women's title matches. But of course, I'll explain why when we get there. Because this is going to be very unpredictable, I'd say, for these women. Well, the results may be predictable, but what could be happening during the matches that spice the matches up is unpredictable, I feel, in my opinion. Let's talk about these. As I feel, now here's the thing. Originally, I thought they were going to put the WWE champ. I thought at first I was saying, okay, the women's title match first or the WWE championship match first. Because both of those matches, I feel can definitely be show stealers for sure. But based off of what I think is going to happen in the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm having the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match first. Asuka and Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This has definitely been a dream match of ours for quite a while. And I kind of like how the story has been mentioned a few times that Asuka, yes, she won the championship, but she won it thanks to, she's had, a good run so far. She's definitely getting back on her toes. But, obviously, Asuka, went through quite a drought after she lost at WrestleMania 34, and she won the title thanks to climbing the ladder at the TLC pay-per-view in that awesome TLC match. But then she won it after Ronda Rousey knocked Charlotte and Becky off the ladder. Just getting revenge for what they had been doing to her leading up to Survivor Series. Well, for Becky leading up to Survivor Series, Charlotte for what happened at Survivor Series. But so of course, Becky Lynch won that triple threat a few weeks ago to get an opportunity to win back the championship here. So this is kind of Asuka proving against one of the best, the best, especially in the women's division, that she belongs with that championship. I expect this match, though, to be a clean match. I don't expect any cheating to happen or whatnot. Hopefully not. I don't think so. Again, I feel Becky, even though she's still a badass, is a babyface badass now, I feel. This is a babyface on babyface feud for me, in my opinion. But Becky Lynch obviously isn't completely innocent, but she's embraced more of like that hero role, if you know what I mean. So this is two heroes going at each other, basically. But I think it's obvious that Asuka will retain here. The match is going to be good. It's going to be an awesome opener to fire up the crowd. Again, they didn't watch the Cruiserweight title match on the pre-show. But I think Asuka is going to retain here, but it's not going to be the last we see of Becky Lynch. I'll explain why, of course, it's the Women's Rumble very shortly. The second match we're going to have is the WWE Championship match with Daniel Bryan, Fickle, and AJ Styles. The real AJ Styles and the new Daniel Bryan. One downside of this match, though, I wish it would have had a stipulation. Yes, AJ did win in a fatal five-way to earn another opportunity. He earned this opportunity, but since we've already seen them have the match before Crown Jewel, we saw them have the match. Well, we saw them have a match also the SmackDown after WrestleMania last year. We saw them have the championship match on the Go Home show before Survivor Series. And then we've also seen them have a match at TLC. It's 4 matches. This is the 5th match. And yes, some people don't need to have stipulations to their matches, but like a no DQ or like a no holds barred or something like that would have been nice to add into, I feel for sure. Or like a street fight, maybe like something like something like simple. It doesn't have to be like, Hell in a Cell or, a cage match, something like a no DQ or just something slight to bend the rules, I feel, in some ways. But we're not going to make case, but these two put on, I thought, a solid match at TLC. Could have been a little bit better, but I feel like these two can still definitely put on a really good match, definitely. I was afraid of putting this match on, though, before a Rumble match. I think our third match will be a Rumble match, but I wanted this to be first be the opening match. I thought about this match, could really, like fire up the crowd and get them burned down already by the women's Rumble, of course, because these shows are 4 freaking hours long. But I think this match is going to be going on second. I see Bryan retaining. I mean, Styles wins, cool. Bryan's had a good run with the championship, especially since, transforming into this psychopathic environmentalist, aka the planet's champion, as he's now calling it, though. I still don't know, again, after he gets past Styles, who else he will feud with. I know Larry pitched an idea in his men's Rumble predictions, which is still got to watch your women's Rumble predictions, but with Aleister Black and Daniel Bryan. But if it's not Aleister, because I have an idea also for Aleister, well, don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But I have another plan for Aleister in WrestleMania also, too. But I'm still trying to think of who else I could think would face Daniel Bryan, of course. But I think he's going to retain here. I don't see him dropping the title right here, especially also as I'm starting to hear rumors now that after WrestleMania, AJ may be taking, more on like a lighter schedule with WWE now, because he's getting up there in age, and he wants to spend more time with his family, which I can understand. But I think Bryan's going to retain here and at least hold the title till Mania, I feel. And then, like I said before, in the summer, like SummerSlam also, again, before, as I keep saying, is that I really feel that this heel run for Bryan is going to eventually transition back to a babyface again by the end of the year. And before that happens, though, again, I feel that, he will feud with over the summer, again, even at SummerSlam, with Johnny Gargano, I feel, on the main roster, which would be an awesome feud, I feel. But that's the direction I'm going with that. So far I have Asuka and Becky retaining on the main. Asuka and Bryan retaining on the main show. Let's see here. What do we got in the live chat? Andrade is supposed to have a face turn, apparently. I did not hear about this, but I wonder how that would go. I don't know. I still feel he's better off as a heel, but we'll see how it would go if he does turn face. Not sure. Match order, yeah, I always do the same. I love predicting the match card order, but it's so hard these days, especially with this show for sure. Yeah, I don't want to see Almas as a babyface yet either. Larry's just off topic, but I hate that. Oh, the live chat disconnected. That was weird. Man, this computer's acting really weird. Larry's just off topic, but I hate that Vince couldn't let Lars Sullivan stay on NXT for at least one more year. I don't think he will be ready for the main roster. I don't think he will be in the Rumble. He doesn't think that, which depends on his anxiety issues also he's having. But you might not like the one I have picked for the Rumble. Marks, I'm still hoping for the Demon at the Rumble. We will address that as well when we get to that match. Larry's like, yes, there's a shout out, sure thing. He feels the same about Bryan. Losing the title now would be strange, for sure. So we'll see, of course, where we go after the Rumble, though, with Daniel Bryan. Now, the third match, I think, will be one of the Rumble matches. And originally, I thought it was going to be the men's. But then I changed my mind because I thought more about who is in this one specific person that's in the women's Rumble match. And of course, I'll explain why. Well, of course, either way, there's two specific women that, that are going to make statements in this Rumble match. But there's one other that, I had involved in another match that, that match was one of the biggest reasons why it was very tough for me to, figure out who was, out this match card order. So let's talk about my third match on the main show, which is the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, if anyone watched my recap of last year's Women's Royal Rumble, I did last week, I mentioned how, I thought it was like a decent, a solid Rumble because it was very predictable. And, I understand, it was trying to, kind of, celebrate, different, generations of women's wrestling, But again, like most of those women who came in there like couldn't really last that long. So like the depth felt a little bit low on that match. Where this year, keep in mind, we have 23 confirmed entrants already. So definitely not as many surprises. But the surprises we get, they don't have to be like Trish or Lita or like any of the, like or Michelle McCoy, you know. If they want to bring back a couple from last year, fine. But I can feel, you know, give something else, someone else a chance. I feel like someone that feel like, you know, her appearing would be hot. Because like if you keep having Trish Stratus appearing for like these Rumble matches, like okay, like it's gonna get a little bit old after a while. You know, give someone else like that spotlight too. I'm not saying that we're never gonna see Trish in Rumble again, but maybe not this year. Although I had heard a rumor one time that they might, after they crowned the first ever women's tag champions, you know, at Elimination Chamber, I heard a rumor, which obviously is probably going to be Boston Hug connection, Bayley and Sasha. But I have heard a rumor one time that they may do a tag match with Sasha and Bayley taking on Trish and Lita at Mania, which I feel could be a fun tag match to have. But I feel I'll say right now, I did not include Trish and Lita as my surprises. I tried to throw in some different ones from NXT and like, you know, past wrestlers as well. So let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble. And again, I want to give you all my entrants. And I try my best to like map it out. When people are going to get eliminated, you know, who my final four is going to be. I'm basically going to do my recap, the same structure I do for my recap and review series, the retro series. I do that. I add on every year now. So for the Women's Royal Rumble, of course, the winner gets a women's title match at WrestleMania 35, and they get to pick which champion they want to face. So my number one entrant will be Naomi. Because I feel like, you know, with her little gimmick, like, you know, it could be good way to energize the crowd. And number two is someone I feel that should get, you know, there are two people in this match I have, you know, getting like, you know, an Iron Man, you know, run. One definitely a little longer than the other. Well, but this one not as long as the other one. My number two entrant is Ruby Riott. These two will start off the match. Coming out number three, almost usually except for 2016 since it was AJ Styles, usually, and of course back in 92, I believe it was, when Ric Flair came in number three, most of the time more the number three entrance is someone you know is not going to be in the match that long. My number three is going to be Tamina. My number four is Ember Moon, where Tamina will then be eliminated by the three of them. The three of them will team up and eliminate Tamina. My number five is a surprise entrance, someone who, you know, returned to WWE in some way of form last year. And I feel, you know, why not just capitalize on more and have her appear in the Rumble match? Caitlyn. My number five entrant is Caitlyn. I definitely want to see her have, like, you know, a sequence of moves in there with Ruby Riott. I feel like, you know, with their appearances and their styles of wrestling, I feel, you know, these two could put on. They could, if Caitlyn would return full time to WWE, they would. I feel I would like to see a feud actually with Ruby Riott and Caitlyn for sure. But I feel like they'll have their moment. They square off at. My number six is Dana Brooke. Just get her out of there. Have Caitlyn eliminate her to give Caitlyn an elimination again. Don't be stupid like last year and have Dana Brooke eliminate someone like Kairi Sane. Again, I get that, you know, Kairi Sane was replacing Alicia Fox. But why did they have to have her get eliminated by, of all people, Dana Brooke? Like, I thought that was stupid. So Dana Brooke gets eliminated at number six. Number seven is Peyton Royce. Because I still feel of her and Billie Kay, I feel like Peyton Royce has more potential. So I want to see her get a little bit longer in here than Billie Kay. Number eight is Liv Morgan. Number nine, Mandy Rose. But listen to this prediction I have here. So last year, Naomi kind of pulled off, you know, the Kofi Kingston. Like, you know, she had like the weird save. So I'm going to say it's during this time where Naomi, and of course, Naomi and Mandy are going to be going at it. They have unfinished business with each other. And I feel, you know, Mandy's going to try to throw out Naomi, but she does some goofy thing for her to get saved. But then she gets back on, like, the apron or back into the ring. But as soon as she gets back in, that's when the number 10 entrant comes out. And it's Sonya Deville. And off the distraction from Sonya, Mandy will eliminate Naomi. And, of course, continue to give in one more match. Again, I don't expect anything big from their matches between Naomi and Mandy. It's just going to do their job and put Mandy over. But, of course, at some point, Naomi will get her comeuppance on Mandy. But I just was not a big fan of that weak finish from the match they had on SmackDown this week. Like, again, like, if they wanted to just bust her in the face, like, that was just like a wet fart. Like, what they should have done is had Mandy bust Naomi's face into the post. And again, again, as I said, when they debuted as Absolution, Mandy did some move. I think it's called the Angel's Wings against something. It looked similar to Beth Phoenix's Glam Slam. I'm like, that's a great finisher. I like that finish. Like, do that finisher. But I do feel, Mandy will get her come up. We'll get the one up again on Naomi, but Naomi eventually will get a win over Mandy. But that's not going to say that. But Sonya's going to enter at number 10. And number 11, I'm going to say, is Lana. And, of course, Lana's going to get a big pop. So I feel like if anybody she's going to eliminate, it'll probably be Liv Morgan. Have her eliminate Liv Morgan. Number 12, a surprise entrant representing NXT UK, Toni Storm. I feel she's going to get a few minutes to shine in this match as well, get some younger talent in there for sure. Obviously, she gained a lot of popularity for sure this year, especially also keep in mind with the support we've given her after she had those nudes leaked of her as well. So, I feel like, with the win she had with Meiko Satomura, her win in the Mae Young Classic, why not give her like a few minutes, in this Women's Rumble match? So she's going to be my number 12, and she'll eliminate Mandy Rose. Sarah Logan will come out number 13, and she will help Ruby Riott eliminate Caitlyn. So I'll say Caitlyn gets eliminated here by the Riott Squad. Number 14 is Bayley. I just want to see Bayley have a little bit of a longer run in the Rumble this year. She was number 29. She didn't last that long in the Rumble last year, so I feel like you give her a little more time in the Rumble match this year. So we got that, but I think Bayley will then eliminate Sarah Logan. Number 15, you want to play with Naki. Let's play. She'll come out at number 15. Number 16, believe it or not, I actually would like to see this woman get a few minutes in the Rumble match as well, because when she was in the women's Battle Royale at Evolution, I thought she had a couple good spots in there, and she can still go. But I'd like to see Maria Kanellis get a few minutes in the Women's Rumble match at number 16 and come out again in that hot black outfit again. That will really make my night. Again, when Maria came out on her and Mike's 205 Live debut a few months ago in that black dress, I'm just like, damn, like, can I please switch last names with you for tonight? Getting way out of hand here. Number 17 is going to be Billie Kay, where her and Peyton Royce, I think, will eliminate Lana. But then I think, both Billie Kay and Peyton Royce will be eliminated by Nikki Cross. Number 18 is Natalya, who I think will get some time here, because last year they gave her about 25 minutes in the Rumble. So I feel like she'll get a little bit of like a lengthy, maybe not quite as long run as well in this match. So she'll be number 18. Now here is a wild card. Here is the biggest reason why I've debated about making this the main event or not. Number 19, Shayna Baszler. And you'll see why, of course, when we get to the other women's championship match. Shayna Baszler will be my number 19, and I feel she will have a dominating performance making a statement. I see her eliminating quite a few people in this match. That's what I would want to see happen in this match. So she will eliminate Toni Storm and Maria Kanellis. My number 20 is going to be Charlotte, who will eliminate Sonya Deville. My number 21 will be Nikki Bella. Number 22, Lacey Evans. And I think we'll see Ruby Riott, who started off at number 2, get eliminated by Nikki Cross. And I'm also seeing Nikki Cross, though, get eliminated by Lacey Evans. Number 23, Kairi Sane. Number 24, Mickie James. Number 25, Alicia Fox. 26, Alexa Bliss. And based off of, because if they are going to turn Alexa Bliss face, I'd say she should be the one to eliminate Lacey Evans, since they kind of teased something between them on Raw last week. So, and again, I want to see Lacey Evans go to Raw and put Nikki Cross on SmackDown with Sanity, since they're not for sure on a brand yet. But I think that's what they should do. If they are serious, because they seem to be teasing the face turn with Alexa Bliss. And again, I'm happy to see Alexa Bliss get back into the ring. Again, I don't want to see anyone's career get cut short. But again, don't have her win this Rumble match. But I feel she should eliminate Lacey Evans. That's my number. That's my number 26. And then have Shayna Baszler eliminate Alicia Fox. Give her about 5 or 6. I think I have given about 5, 6. How many eliminations do I have her having here? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I have 5 eliminations here predicted for Shayna Baszler, which actually will tie Michelle McCool's record for women's eliminations, which she had with 5 last year. So that'll happen there. Number 27 is Brie Bella, and I think the Bellas will eliminate Natalya. Based off, of course, I mean, even though I feel the Bellas will still be viewed as the heels in this match, based off of what they did before they, gone on their hiatus. I think Brie will come out and they'll team up with Nikki and they'll eliminate Natalya based off of, the history that Nikki and Natty had back in 2017, of course. They'll eliminate there, but they won't last long. Again, don't have the Bellas be in the final 4. Or the final 3 again. That was the reason why I kind of gave the women's Rumble a little bit lower grade, because I wasn't a fan of the final 4. I was fine with Sasha getting there. She was started number 1, but again, it should not have been Asuka, Sasha, and the Bellas. It should have been Asuka, Sasha, Trish, and maybe like Mickie James or Natalya, maybe, or something like that. Maybe, who knows? So Natty will then be eliminated by the Bellas. Now at number 28. I originally had Nia Jax, but even though she's kind of got her comeuppance already, what if Becky Lynch beats down Nia Jax backstage and takes her spot in the Royal Rumble match? What do you guys think of that? Like, that's how because Becky Lynch is going to do some type of a badass thing that again, if Becky Lynch is a babyface, and she's being a badass as a babyface, she's going to do something that we're going to love. And what would be better than to get Nia Jax out of the Women's Royal Rumble match? So I got 28. Nia Jax will be coming in, but Becky Lynch beats her down and enters in her place at number 28. And she gets in and she eliminates the Bellas. I have Zelina Vega, number 29, but she's not going to last long. I have her getting eliminated by Becky Lynch. And number 30, of course, is going to be Carmella. And I'm debating, whether R-Truth comes out number 30 at the same time as Carmella and gets mixed up like, oh, I'm sorry, wrong Rumble match. See you guys later on. Or I had something else that's kind of stupid, but just Truth's going to make some kind of mistake. Because we'll get to that when we get to the men's Rumble match, even though I know some people may not like what I'm going to pick. But number 30 will be Carmella, and then I'll have Mickie James get eliminated by Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss get eliminated by Charlotte, Bayley get eliminated by Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane, though, I think Kairi Sane will be the one to eliminate Shayna Baszler, to get her comeuppance on her for what Baszler has done with her down in NXT and their issues with the Horsewoman as well. So I think Kairi Sane will eliminate Shayna Baszler, and then Becky Lynch will eliminate Carmella. My final 4, keep this in mind, and I feel like I should have given this other person some eliminations, but my final 4 I have Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Kairi Sane, and Ember Moon. I have Ember Moon come in at my number 4. I want to see Ember Moon be like, the Iron Woman. Like that, her and even like Ruby Riott, I had gave me time in there. Now, I know I have Charlotte come in number 20 and Becky 20, but first off, keep this in mind. Again, Becky Lynch was in a match just moments before this Rumble started. Charlotte, I know last year I said, I would like to see Asuka come in maybe like number 15 or something like that to give her a little more time in there because she was like a predictable winner. But Asuka still had something to prove on the main roster, I felt at the time. Charlotte does not. So Charlotte can come in number 20. I feel it's a safe number for her. And Becky number 28, replacing Nia Jax, like I said. But the final 4 will be, I'm predicting, will be Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. Then I have Kairi Sane getting eliminated. The final 3 being Ember, Becky, and Charlotte. But Ember Moon will get eliminated by Becky Lynch. And then I'm still going to say it. I still think the correct route to go with this is Charlotte and Becky eliminating each other. And I feel that they're going to, even though, or we could have them do it twice to each other or something like that. Because I really don't see how they're going to pass up on making Charlotte and Becky not get their hands on Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. I still feel that's going to be the main event of WrestleMania 35 because they both teased them being the main event of WrestleMania on SmackDown this past week. Why would you? I mean, here's the thing: if Becky is not in this match, Charlotte's definitely winning the Rumble, and Becky's going to do some type of badass move, like something for her to get added into that match. Like she's going to go out of her way to do what she has to do to get that main event match at WrestleMania, get a match with Ronda Rousey. I'm not sure what else she would do, but Becky will have something for sleep. But again, Becky's not in. Charlotte's definitely winning this Rumble, but I still think Becky's going to get this Rumble some way. Again, doing a badass thing by taking out Nia Jax, and her and Charlotte are going to be co-winners of the Rumble. It was like Luger and Hart were back in the 1994 Rumble match. That's what I think will happen, but that's not the last we're going to see of these two. We'll talk about that very shortly, but that is my Royal Rumble predictions for the women. I mapped it out. I think Ruby Riott can get a lot of time in this match. I think Ember Moon's going to be like the Iron Woman for this year's Rumble match. I think Shayna Baszler is going to dominate with eliminations. Like so will Becky and Charlotte as well. But I had some pretty good surprise entrants in there. I think for the most part. But so yeah, let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat about this one. Let me see here. Mark says they need to call Shayna up to fill the void of Ronda, and they need to speed up the timeline for the 4 Horsewoman match, which I will get to that, of course, when I get to the Ronda match. So Mark did make me aware of that today. Naomi, nice. I love Ember. So do I. It should be Naomi and Mandy kicking things off, which that can happen also. If they didn't do the match this past week, I would say definitely do that, but that could happen also for sure. I wouldn't mind that happening, Mark, either. Ton, yeah, for sure. Play with Nucky. Yeah, it sounds like she's saying Nucky instead of Nikki. That's just her accent. Lacey Raw, Nikki on SmackDown is the right thing to do. I agree. Boo, Bella, boo. No Bellas in the Rumble. That's all I say. Which I mean, I don't want them either, but since they're probably closer to you being active than like any of these other past women, I really feel they're still going to be in it somehow. But this just be a one-off thing. I feel, yeah, as Alex Man says. Wow, Mike, that is one thing I wasn't thinking of, but damn, that is an awesome idea. I'm assuming he's talking about the thing with Becky Lynch taking out Nia Jax. Mark said surprise entrance for the men's Rumble, which is EC3, Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black, one member of Undisputed Era, Braun Strowman, and Sami Zayn, which most of those are in my Rumble predictions. Like I said, you have Ember Moon being the Iron Woman. Bret Hart, Lex Luger Rumble ending, that could happen for sure. Nice Rumble. Thank you. Maybe Johnny Gargano. We'll get to that. Of course, when I get to the men's Rumble, I will mention who I did not put in here, and I'll explain why. Of course, the Nia and Becky thing, he likes, which is awesome. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Larry. All right, so that's my women's Rumble match. Let's get to the rest of this card. The match I feel that should take place afterwards, because by this point, with that ending again, with that ending, I thought first that should be the main event. But because of Shayna Baszler, I need to save her for another match. And I feel that if she appears in this other match, then it might give it away that she's in the Rumble. But I'll get to that in a second. Because first, we're going to talk about the match that should go on after the Women's Rumble. A cool-down match, because I just do not care about this at all whatsoever. The Bar taking on Team Bestie, The Miz and Shane McMahon. We all know what's going to happen. The Team Bestie is going to win, get a brief run of the tag titles. And I say they're going to either drop them back to the Bar, or even drop them to like Sanity, or even if they want to give them back to the Bludgeon Brothers if they do come back or whatnot. I'm just not into this at all. And this would be like the best match to put on for like a cool down match after a Rumble match for sure. So I just have Shane and Miz win the titles, but they're not going to last too long. Eventually, Miz is going to turn on Shane, wanting wanting the trophy for himself and whatnot, over a stupid trophy at a pointless pay-per-view again. But I'm not going to go ranting on that pay-per-view again because we don't have time for that. But yes, that's what we'll do there. Let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks. A match, of course, that probably happened because, with AEW competition picking up big time, Vince is probably panicking because he knows people like, Sasha or Bayley or like a few other, like Ember Moon or a few other women who he knows have definitely been underutilized. That he hasn't given the opportunities, or he keeps giving the opportunities to Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, and Nia Jax. He knows people like them are going to want to leave for AEW. So this is just to have the void having Sasha Banks leave WWE and give her this title match. Now the for sure thing is I don't see Ronda dropping a title. However, though, kind of like how it is with with the Gargano and Ricochet situation. And even, of course, some of the Cruiserweight Championship with, Hideo Itami against type of man, that wouldn't surprise if he drops it. Sasha Banks is part of the 4 original Horsewomen. And obviously, I'm pretty sure Becky and Charlotte are not going to just let bygones be bygones with what happened at TLC. I am expecting Becky and Charlotte to show up during this match and try to distract Ronda Rousey. Or since they're winners, imply that they want to face Ronda. But then again, think about that more. If that's the case, then they might they might want to see Ronda win and then come afterwards to imply that that's who they're going to challenge. I didn't think of that. But this could be a clean match. This may not be a clean match. Because obviously I feel this match will tease 4 Horsewomen. It will start to tease it, but it's not going to happen yet. I mean, I don't know if we will see Jessamine Duke and Maria Shafir, but I just don't think they're ready yet for the main roster, at least. Like, I saw them have one match, and when I saw them have that match, it was like they barely did anything to show me anything. They're having, of course, a match, of course, for the Dark Show matches and for the Fallout show over TakeOver Phoenix. So maybe they'll have a better performance there. But I don't think Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are going to be ready by WrestleMania, in my opinion. Which, of course, I'm sure there's a concern, especially because Mark mentioned to me earlier that I heard this rumor last year, but I heard a rumor that Ronda Rousey is only going to be in WWE for about a year, even though she apparently signed a 3-year deal through April of 2021. So here's what I'm thinking in the long term is going to happen. Obviously, again, this match, I think Ronda's going to win, even though, I'm pretty sure we will see Becky and Charlotte, want to get their comeuppance on Ronda, either by costing her a championship or waiting until afterwards to say, hey, we won the Rumble, so we're coming after you now. You costed us what you costed us. We want to take from you what you took from us, basically. So that could go either way. Either the involvement will happen either during or after the match. I mean, during, especially since, she's facing one of their fellow Horseman sisters. And even Bayley could come out again, too. And we can tease the 4 Horsewoman match. But again, I just don't think that Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir can be ready for WrestleMania. Like, Shayna can be. But I don't think the other two are ready yet. So here's why I'm going to say, here's my thoughts on if Ronda Rousey does leave WWE. Because rumors are she wants to start a family with her husband. My thing is obviously from UFC, we've seen that Ronda Rousey does not take losing well. She doesn't. So maybe this will be Ronda Rousey, turning heel, like snapping for a loss. And she goes on her break, to cope with it or something like that. And then she could come back eventually, again, like I'm still saying the 4 Horsewoman match should either happen at SummerSlam, Evolution, or Survivor Series. And I'm actually thinking, because I think he might have been T and Couponer or Larry, I can't remember. Somebody did pitch this idea, and I actually agree with this. What if that 4 Horsewoman match was a War Games match? Find it very fitting? And maybe do so. But so I feel like, the story here for the 4 Horsewoman match is that, it's going to have to go. And my thing is, the four Horsewomen, the MMA, are going to have to win that match, because the thing I'm worried about is going to make Ronda come across as a sore loser. And I don't want Ronda to be a sore loser. I mean, obviously the show just take losing well, but I don't want her character to come across the wrong way, though, also. So I don't think, again, I don't know if she'll be fully done with WWE after that as well, or if she's just going to be just being a part-timer. But I feel like, they're getting their money's worth in with her now with her being champion, because she's not the greatest of all time, but she's definitely putting on a good showing for me, for sure. Having solid matches and stuff that, I can give her a hand applause and say, yes, you're doing your job. So I'm not sure what the future's for Ronda Rousey. I'm not sure if the rumors are true that she is going to be leaving at WrestleMania 35. But again, I think the WrestleMania 35 match needs to be the triple threat with Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. And still, even at this match on Sunday, or even the match WrestleMania, tease the 4 Horsewoman match also. And if they want Ronda to take a break, have it be going on the storyline about how she doesn't take losing well at all. So that's what I'm going to say about Ronda Rousey right now. And, of course, the match as well. It's going to be a good match between Ronda and Sasha for sure, but I think Ronda will retain. We'll talk about the next match before we talk about, then we'll do the men's. But first, for the men's, we'll check the live chat. But let's do the last men's match, singles match, which is Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Let's get something straight here. As much as I would love to see Finn Balor dethrone the Beast, I don't think that's happening. I at least want him to put on the performance that Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan put on at Survivor Series. That was a great match. That was exactly what it needed to be. And, of course, the story there being told that, of a Brock Lesnar being the rest of, the old Daniel Bryan out. Well, this match, of course, also, this could be like Finn Balor, proving that, hey, I may have came up short, but I showed that I could have beaten Brock Lesnar. Don't know how that's going to happen or what. But let's address, Finn Balor himself. Is he going to come out as the Demon? I'm not sure. Apparently, when he was interviewed recently, he claimed that he was not going to come out as the Demon, because I forgot exactly what the reason why, but apparently he just doesn't feel like, he always has to be dependent on the Demon. And I think he also, because I think some people feel that the Demon means he's going to win. And I feel like, if he comes out the Demon and he loses, then it's going to hurt him. Which, newsflash, he lost as the Demon to Samoa Joe at NXT TakeOver the End in that steel cage match. He lost to him as the Demon then. My thing is, though, this whole storyline, I mean, first off, think about it this way. And I'll take a page out of the Lex Man's book for this, because the Lex Man said this, how that, Finn Balor has gone all this way to get another championship opportunity. Yes, Roman Reigns gave him one after he won the Universal title at SummerSlam. But this is the first time he's actually was actually put into the title picture and earned an opportunity through a match. Well, a series of matches, of course. So he's gone all this way to try to retain the championship he never lost. He only had to relinquish it due to injury. Why wouldn't he go as the Demon? But the other problem I have with him being the Demon is this whole story of us believing in Finn Balor. This is your first match against Brock Lesnar. If he goes out as the Demon, is that going to come across as we shouldn't believe in the actual Finn Balor? But the Demon, he can only be Brock Lesnar with the Demon. Now, my thing is if we were ever again to do a match with, which we probably won't, another match with Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar, then you can do the Demon. So, even though I want to see the Demon, I feel storyline-wise, the Last Man has a point with saying how why Finn wouldn't be the Demon. But I feel that for the sake of this match, maybe Finn shouldn't be the Demon this time. Make Finn Balor the man. Be the one in this match to show that he could have beaten Brock Lesnar. Put on that showing and make it feel like he could have beaten Brock Lesnar. And then the second match, just to give Finn that little bit of an extra touch, then he could be the Demon, I feel. But I don't feel there will be a second match between Finn and Brock. I don't think it's going to happen. But that's me trying to think a little logically about this. But I hope this is good. Actually, I did read somewhere recently that Brock Lesnar apparently would rather work with a smaller guy like Finn Balor or Daniel Bryan than a bigger guy like, Braun Strowman. I feel like that's what he enjoys more. Well, then again, if you work with a smaller guy, then you still work with a guy like, Dean Ambrose, who, yeah, he's 6'4", but he's only turned 25 pounds. He's not like a big, buff, powerhouse. You know what I mean? But I still think Brock's going to retain. And he's going to go into WrestleMania, and that's when he'll get dethroned by Mr. Burn It Down! Getting a little ahead of myself, of course. But it was pretty obvious for the main event Rumble. But yeah, Brock Lesnar will retain the Universal Championship. But Finn Balor needs to put on a match that looks like he could have beaten Brock, for sure. Let's check the live chat again one more time before we get to the Royal Rumble match. Let's see here. Where were we at? On the SmackDown Tag Team title is a bathroom break, snack break type match for sure. I'll just refill on the food that we have. We have pizza. Any of the big 4 or big 5 pay-per-views. Well, at least Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. Sometimes Money in the Bank, and very rarely Survivor Series. But when I watch that dance house, we have pizza, we have chicken, we have scoops, like tortilla chips, scoops, chips and salsa, Oreo cream pie from Eaton Park, and a big choice of food for sure. But yeah, I'll definitely probably be refilling on food during that tag title match. Would it be okay for you to tell us all your winners one more time at the end of the stream? For sure, definitely. I'll do that at the end. Josh said I'm pretty sure. Awesome idea. Women's War Games match for sure. Yes. Finn saying he's saying no Demon. It would be great though. Yeah. Again, I mean, even though of course, Finn Balor is why wouldn't he want to be a Demon to as the Lex Man says to regain that title he never lost. But at the same time, if this whole idea is for us to believe in Finn Balor, would him participate in this match and losing as a Demon kind of go against that whole philosophy? That's why I feel he will not be the Demon. But let's get to our main event, the men's Royal Rumble match. We'll do the same thing for the women's again. I will map out this match how I think it is going to go. So for the longest time, I even said this last year, I felt the two participants, well, the first entrant I feel it won't be this year, but has to be, even if they do it this year, I'll be cool with it, but I feel for my predictions, I didn't put it that way because of something else. I feel that Elias at some point should open up the Royal Rumble match. And but because I thought of another entrant on this list, and you had this in your predictions, Larry, but I think he should come in earlier than you predicted. But I said because of that, I'm not going to have Elias be the number one entrant because he's a babyface. Well, then again, Roman Reigns is a babyface when he had AJ Styles enter, but I feel in order to have someone get a big pop, treat this like what we did with Chris Jericho's return at the 2013 Rumble match. Have Dolph Ziggler out there, running his mouth, just like send out number 2 already. What up, blah blah blah. And it was Chris Jericho, and they were feuding before Chris Jericho got written off that previous August or whatever the heck it was. So we're gonna kind of pull this off here. So who would be the right person to get have that type of heat on them, to get all hyped up for them, just to have them get overpowered? Well, not get eliminated by number 2, but because I still feel as number 1 should get some time in this Rumble match. But that way, that number 2 person is going to feel like it's going to really energize the crowd again. It's like play the emotions here for a second. So I feel the number 1 entrant in the men's Royal Rumble this year is the current Intercontinental Champion, Bobby Lashley. Leo Rush will come out there, do his normal stick, and hype up. Oh shoot! Trying to grab my phone for what I'm going to do for this next part, and hype up Bobby Lashley as he normally does, and saying stuff like how whoever comes out number 2, you'll have absolutely no chance against the Almighty. The microphone goes down. We're waiting for number 2. And let me find the song. Here's what I think exactly will happen. And I'm not going to say it because they'll give it away as soon as I say it. But here is what I think will happen for the entrant for number 2. You guys ready? Here we go. And your number 2 entrant from Amsterdam, Netherlands, weighing at 215 pounds, Aleister Black. That probably was a little of a squeal towards the end, but yes, my number 2 entrant is Aleister Black, and here is why. Now, Larry, I know in your predictions, you have him coming in at number 30 as a surprise entrant, which is not a bad idea. But personally, I feel with someone Aleister Black's caliber, I feel like he's the one I feel who this is going to be his official main roster debut, and he's going to be here to stay. Because I still feel, we could do Robbie's idea for next takeover we talk about in my takeover predictions, but I feel if he does not win at if he does not win on Saturday, I feel like he'll be ready for the main roster, and he will debut at number 2. Kind of feel like, he's going to kind of be the AJ Styles of this Rumble. Like, think of AJ Styles from 2016. He will come in very early and get like a good, half hour, 40 minutes in this match, I say. He'll be like one of the horse of the Iron Man of this match. So, like, what better way to give him that recognition than to have like someone like Bobby Lashley, get like all hyped up, someone we do not care for at all, and then have like the crowd get all fired back up again by having Aleister Black in like that. You have our full attention entrance coming out at number 2. I don't think he's going to eliminate Bobby Lashley at the beginning. I want to at least see Bobby Lashley get some time in this Rumble match at least. But I'm going to say numbers 1 and 2 will be Bobby Lashley, and number 2 will be the surprise main roster debuting Aleister Black. So that's my numbers 1 and 2. My number 3, as I've said in the Women's Rumble, is usually going to be someone that no one cares about and is going to get out pretty quickly. And this person is going to get in and he's going to get right back out. That's why I want to see happen. Jinder Mahal, number 3, just come in, have Aleister Black eliminate him. That's Black's first elimination. Number 4, Xavier Woods. Number 5, Jeff Hardy. Number 6, Rey Mysterio. Number 7 will be Cesaro. Number 8, burn it down, Seth Rollins, who is obviously a huge favorite to win this match. And so being said, last year he probably was later on and had a short time in the match because he was in the tag title match immediately following that Rumble match. But this year, with him not being a tag title match and this being the main event, I feel he should get an Iron Man run in this Rumble match. He'll come in number 8. And since he's had a history with Bobby Lashley recently, he will eliminate Bobby Lashley. But then Bobby Lashley, not eliminating anyone, is going to, I know this is kind of recycled from last year, but this is the best way I could think of because it ties kind of into, what happened last year. What happened last year, but recently with this guy also. But I think Lashley will kind of do what Baron Corbin did in last year's Rumble and just be like a sore loser and beat down everyone else in the Rumble match, but not eliminate anybody. Because number 9, hello, I am Elias. And he'll do a musical performance, and he'll once again remind us that Bobby Lashley sucks. As Lashley leaves, Elias will get into the ring, still do his thing. But then number 10 will be Baron Corbin. And, of course, Elias will transition to trashing on Bobby Lashley to trashing on Baron Corbin because there is issues they've been having. Corbin has beaten him twice now in the 2 matches they've had. So this will be Corbin coming in. Him and Elias may have a couple little spots, but then I think Elias will eliminate Baron Corbin for him to get his comeuppance on so that's why I'm going to say that having number 10. Number 11 is Kofi Kingston. I want him to be in there, of course, while Xavier Woods is still in there. And I want him and Xavier Woods to stay close because of what I have a bold prediction. I kind of mentioned the other day in my SmackDown review. Number 12 will be Mustafa Ali. Number 13 will be Sheamus. Because even though the Bar will be our tag team champions won't be at this point, I still can't see them not having Sheamus and Cesaro in this Rumble match. They're still good enough stars to still be in this Rumble match. So I think they'll be in the match. So Sheamus will be at number 13. But before it happens, let's say again, if R-Truth is going to screw up at some point. Whether it's him coming out number 30 for the women's Rumble match or what, but only idea I could think was what if R-Truth would come out saying, "Oh, number 13, not 30. Number 30, not 13. Not 30, 13. My bad," and walks away, and Sheamus gets into the Rumble match. And I'd say Xavier Woods gets eliminated by the Bar, but he does not leave yet. Number 14, I wanted this guy to be in last year's Rumble, but he was not. So I think they should definitely put him in this year's Rumble because he's got nothing much to do on 205 Live anymore. Cedric Alexander comes in number 14. And I say to have some fun, him and Ali will team up and eliminate Sheamus. Now, originally, and this still could happen sometime in the next few months, I was going to have later on in the match Cedric Alexander eliminate Mustafa Ali and kind of start teasing a heel turn to set up a feud for them on SmackDown Live based off of, because, let's say, Alexander gets jealous that, Ali is getting opportunities outside of 205 Live for him or something like that. But there's another heel turn I already had in mind that we're just about to get to. And I didn't feel like having like two heel turns like in the same Rumble match might be a little too much. I mean, may not be, but although that could still happen though. But this was I was thinking of, even though I feel there's a still slim chance of this happening, but I still feel it could be possible. So this is where I feel Kofi Kingston is going to be attempted to be eliminated, but then he does whatever he has to do to be saved. Because he said on SmackDown he has an idea. Number 15, though, as he's saying himself, will be Big E. But with them, of course, it being pushed on them again this year, will you guys eliminate each other? And the host be like, no, we know if one wins the Rumble, we all win the Rumble, whatnot, that whole stuff, blah, blah, blah. We hear it all the time. And since we've heard it how many times, I feel this year could be the year they finally pull a curveball. Because again, I love New Day, but this whole faction needs a break and move on to something different. And then before they come back in and give another couple more runs to the tag titles. I know that I've heard rumors they eventually want to make New Day have the most runs with the tag titles. I feel like right now, though, it's just getting way too repetitive with them having the tag titles. So let's have them take a little break here. And I keep going over Big E again. When I first started watching WWE, that was the beginning of Big E's runs. Rosh, I saw a lot of singles potential in Big E. I actually even really enjoyed his IC title run also. He had to. He has a ton of potential. He could be a world champion for sure. But what I'm going to predict happen, Big E comes out number 15. He's going to look like he's going to help Kofi with his save, his little goofy little save finish. But then he's going to ruin it and cause Kofi to get eliminated, turning Big E heel and splitting up the New Day. And he'll get some time in this match as well. And then Big E will go in there and eliminate Jeff Hardy. Number 16, I have Drew McIntyre coming out and eliminating Elias. Number 17, Tyler Bate. That's another surprise entrant representing the United Kingdom. I was going to pick Pete Dunne, but then I thought of someone who's in this match, and I'm like, you know what? It's still a dream match I have for Tyler Bate, and that's Tyler Bate and Cesaro. What if they have a little bit of a sequence here, and he eliminates Cesaro from the match, give him an elimination? Cesaro, is still going to be run for and probably go. Him and Shane is probably going to be trying to get their opportunity back to get the tag titles off of Miz and Shane. So I don't think they're planning on giving Cesaro a singles push anytime soon. But I'm going to have Tyler Bate come out as a surprise entrant to represent NXT UK at number 17. Keep in mind, the UK brand is actually going to be in Phoenix this weekend, taping 3 UK shows. So why not have someone represent them in the Rumble? Again, I thought it was maybe Pete Dunne, but I'm not sure who I can see eliminating Pete Dunne though right now. So that's why he's not in this match. And that's right. There was a few other names I did not have in this match that we will of course talk about at the end. I was going to say beginning, but let's do this more let's do it at the end now that it's too late. But yeah, I think we will have Tyler Bate be the representative of NXT UK, and he'll have a sequence with Cesaro, and he will eliminate Cesaro. Number 18, I have Andrade Cien Almas, which Rey Mysterio is still in this match. I think they will kind of have a sequence going at each other, but Rey Mysterio will not be eliminated by Almas. I have him because I have thought back. I remember, I think it was Robbie who mentioned this in one of his videos one time. A dream match he has with Rey Mysterio is against this man at number 19. And I will play his music to see who I'm talking about, because I have his music on my phone still. Let's see here. Actually, I'll mock this person also, the way he enters. Just have a little more fun here, guys. Come on, get to the bottom. Where is it? Come on. Aha! This one. Do whatever his usual thing he did. Just like they were calling him the Mark Simpson of WWE with that meme with him that they were showing when him and Owens were together. But yes, one time Robbie pitched an idea for like a dream match: Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn. And I think Sami Zayn, I don't think Owens is going to be ready for the Rumble, but I think Sami Zayn will be. And I think Sami Zayn will be someone making his return from injury at the Royal Rumble match. I know when he first had his 2 rotator cuff surgery around Money in the Bank, they said he'd probably be back till WrestleMania, but I have a slight hunch he may be ready for the Rumble. So I think he'll come up number 19. He will have a sequence with Rey Mysterio. And I think, even though, we'll see, Almas and Mysterio probably, go at it for a little bit too. I think Sami Zayn will be the one to eliminate Rey Mysterio. Because here's what I want to see happen. Now, originally, I said, I keep saying, I want to see Almas win the U.S. title and then him have a match with Mysterio at WrestleMania. And I thought maybe since his first WrestleMania, maybe we'll have Almas win there to, get the win over Mysterio. But Almas seems to have more of the momentum going right now over Mysterio with their match they've been having. What if you have Rey Mysterio beat Almas for the U.S. title at WrestleMania, and then Sami Zayn gets drafted to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup to separate him and Kevin Owens? Because I feel like it's time that we separate those two for a year at least. This is keep them away from each other to give something fresh to do. And Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio have a feud for the U.S. title. And that's where Sami Zayn wins his first main roster championship. Like post WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn U.S. title feud. Because Rey Mysterio won't need to have a long run with that U.S. title. Sami Zayn can benefit from having a long run with a mid-card championship. That's why I feel like that can tease the start of that feud. But also kind of like having Andrade involved with that in that elimination as well in some ways, and kind of keep their heat going as well. But Sami Zayn will enter at number 19 and eliminate Rey Mysterio. Number 20, I have Dean Ambrose. He will eliminate Cedric Alexander, and then Seth Rollins will eliminate Big E. Kind of like having like him and Rollins have like a stare-off thing, doing something. They eliminate someone, with Ambrose getting out Alexander and Big E getting out Rollins. Number 21 is Samoa Joe. Number 22 is Apollo Crews. Number 23 is Randy Orton. And I have Samoa Joe then eliminating Mustafa Ali because of their feud going on. And I want to see Joe. I'll get to Joe, of course, later on. But I want to see Joe have a big statement in this match. And then, again, Joe will eliminate Ali. And then Aleister Black will eliminate Tyler Bate. See a little sequence between them as well. Number 24, just a scrappy pick because I actually was running out of ideas for who I feel could be surprise entrants. I didn't want to overload with NXT talent or, just bring back all these random part-timers just because. I feel like some of these big names like The Rock or Shawn Michaels, I feel they should be left out of this Rumble, in my opinion. But it's number 24, I threw in Mojo Rawley, who's not going to last long at all. But he's mainly going to be out. I'll explain in a second when we get to why I put Mojo in here. But I'll then have Aleister Black then eliminate Sami Zayn. Number 25 will be Braun Strowman as a surprise entrant. And then Almas will eliminate Cruz. Here's why I picked someone like Mojo Rawley. I wanted someone who's kind of been catering to be out there to be the first elimination for this return. Number 26. I don't have his music on my phone, unless you look up on YouTube. That'll take too long. Is the Animal Batista. Returning at number 26, and he eliminates Mojo Rawley. Like, let's say Mojo Rawley just like takes someone down. He's like having a big like fuss like, yeah, I'm doing this and whatnot. Number 26, Mojo Rawley. I mean, number 26, Batista. Mojo's like, oh shit. And then Batista just squashes and takes out Mojo when he comes in. And of course, I want to see him have a stare down with guys like Samoa Joe and even Braun Strowman. Like, you know, like if Batista were to have like multiple matches back in WWE, like I want to see him have matches with those two and somebody else we will get to in a little bit. Even though you might disagree with this, I know some of you in the live chat. But Mojo Rawley will get eliminated by Batista, number 26. Number 27, Velveteen Dream. Now, I would have had Velveteen Dream getting, you know, some more time, like more of like an Iron Man run in this match also. Wait a minute. Did I miss someone? Oh yeah, I had Randy. Never mind. I had Orton in the match. I thought first I skipped over Randy Orton. I thought Orton, but I feel if Velveteen Dream was going to come to the main roster immediately, I want to give him like, you know, like at least like, you know, a good run, like an Iron Man run, like a good run, at least maybe like a 15-20 minute run this Raw match. But since he's not going to be up right away, still put him at number 27, just to spread out like, you know, the surprises a little bit. I feel. But here's when I feel Randy Orton. Now, here's the thing. Months ago, I was saying I wanted to see Randy Orton kind of cost AJ Styles the WWE Championship match, which I can still see possibly happen. Like, you know, I want to see if like, one possibility for AJ Styles at WrestleMania is for him and it's just for AJ Styles is for AJ Styles and Randy Orton to have a feud for WrestleMania, like not with a title. Or I feel the chance we could see AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Because let's face it, if Shawn Michaels was smart enough, he would realize that just coming back for a match at Crown Jewel that nobody cared about, that would not be like, you know, settling for him, I feel, to come back from his retirement. So I think we'll see either AJ Styles and Randy Orton or AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. Because now, I love your idea, Larry, about Aleister Black winning the Royal Rumble and facing Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. That would be an awesome match. I'd take it. I still feel someone else needs this Rumble match win more, though. But I'm setting up a feud for Aleister Black that I feel like will happen sometime this year, even for WrestleMania, because he does deserve a high-caliber match. That's why I'm going to have Randy Orton eliminate Aleister Black. And it will set up a feud for Orton and Black for WrestleMania 35. But then I will have Braun Strowman eliminate Randy Orton just to give, you know, Strowman an elimination. Now, here's where I start getting, like, you know, a little, like, you know, brain cramp. So these last two are not really going to be anything big. Number 28 is Titus O'Neil. Number 29 is EC3. But originally, I forgot about EC3. Originally, I did not know who to put in because to address also the situation, I didn't put John Cena in this match because I really think this whole kayfabe injury stuff is true and he's not going to be in this Rumble match. But that's why, because originally I couldn't think of anyone else. So I was like, okay, just throw Bobby Roode in there, number 29. It's not going to be anything anyways. He's not going to last long anyways. But instead, I forgot about EC3. And right in this restructuring, I'm like, okay, put EC3 in at number 29. So he'll be number 29. My number 30. I know we get some disagreements in the live chat about this one. I know you guys say this guy's not ready for the main roster, but WWE is going with it still. But it's supposed to be R-Truth. But R-Truth will be seen laid out backstage because he's messed up, you know, already with the women's match and even, you know, with number 13 instead of number 30. So he'll be laid out backstage. We're going to wonder who's it going to be. And obviously, since he was a big tease, you know, again, like I don't feel this. Like again, this could have been Aleister Black, but once again, I felt Aleister Black could have used like an Iron Man, like AJ Styles 2016 run in this Rumble if he was going to be in it. So that's why I had him in earlier. So if we have R-Truth laid out, this could be Lars Sullivan being the one to lay out R-Truth. So I'm going to predict that Lars Sullivan will make his main roster debut by laying out R-Truth, and he will come out. And here's my thing also, because keep in mind, Triple H may not be ready to wrestle for WrestleMania 35. And if Batista is in this Rumble match, he is going to be sticking around for WrestleMania opponent. He's going to need someone. And I think Batista can either feud with Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, or a long shot here. If there's anyone else I feel that could eliminate Batista, Lars Sullivan. Like if they're really serious about making Lars Sullivan a big star, will be a better way for him to come out and eliminate Batista. So Lars Sullivan will come out and he will eliminate Batista, and he will also eliminate Braun Strowman. Now that's just me thinking WWE right here. If they're really if they're still serious about giving him a monster push, because I still feel also if John Cena does, still at WrestleMania, I still feel he should have a match with Drew McIntyre, because that's what I felt they were teasing. I know those rumors were supposed to be him and Lars Sullivan, but to me, it felt like they were more so going for a John Cena and Drew McIntyre match. So Lars Sullivan could come out here and eliminate Strowman and Batista. And again, if WWE is serious about pushing him, he will face one of those two at WrestleMania. I mean, he can face Strowman since he's on Raw, and if they want to give a match for Joe, have Joe face Batista at WrestleMania or something like that. Or Batista can face Sullivan or something like that. So have him eliminate both of them. Have Dean Ambrose then eliminate Titus O'Neil. And then to give Dream an elimination, have Dream eliminate Andrade Cien Almas, but then have McIntyre eliminate Dream. And then EC3 gets eliminated by Lars Sullivan. But then have Samoa, because here's the thing. I feel like, Drew McIntyre doesn't have to make as big of a statement as Samoa Joe in this match, I feel. So have Drew McIntyre be the final 5, but have Samoa Joe eliminate him. Because I was at first going to have Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre be my final 2. But then I felt, Rollins winning this past week, it would feel too similar. So that's why I want a different final 2. So with McIntyre eliminated by Joe, my final 4 I'm going to have is Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Lars Sullivan, and Samoa Joe. Then I think everyone will team up and eliminate Lars Sullivan. And then I will have Dean Ambrose Rollins sneak in his elimination on Dean Ambrose to bring it down between Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe. That way it could be like a Raw and SmackDown person in the final 2. And that way, because, you think about it, Joe and Rollins kind of didn't quite wrap up their feud in 2017. So this could be like them, settling the score between these two. And since they really are teasing Joe as a favorite on SmackDown, why not have him at least be final 2? And have Seth Rollins eliminate Samoa Joe for Seth Rollins to win the Royal Rumble match. Okay, he comes in at number 8. He lasts probably a good 45, 50 minutes, maybe longer, depending on how long this match goes. And he eliminates Samoa Joe. And then he announces he's going to be challenging Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35, and have him and Ambrose continue his feud. And here's the thing also. You can either treat this feud with Ambrose now as, Ambrose being that last, roadblock he's got to get to before, even though, of course, Raw probably will have some unfinished business with Lashley, but Ambrose being that last roadblock he's got to get through before going to WrestleMania. Or if you want, you can do what they did with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. They can have a match or 2 before WrestleMania. It's going to be hard because there's 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania this year, for crying out loud. But you can have him there, or again, if Rollins wins the championship, you can have him and Ambrose continue feuding after WrestleMania for the Universal title. But of course, Rollins still probably retain, because I feel eventually Drew McIntyre will dethrone Rollins at SummerSlam this year. that's just where I see the direction going, guys. And of course, Seth Rollins is my pick to win this year's Royal Rumble match. I mean, if Aleister Black wins it, awesome. Drew McIntyre wins it, cool with me. But I feel that with the resume Seth Rollins has built up and the storyline he has going, I feel that a Rumble victory would mean more for him to get to that match at WrestleMania than just qualifying in the Chamber or something like that. Again, just my opinion. So I feel like he needs the Rumble match victory more. But I set up some stuff in there, with Big E turning heel, Aleister Black getting eliminated by Randy Orton to set up their feud and whatnot. Again, like they could tease something in with Almas and Mysterio, or even Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio. I set some stuff up in there. I think it's a solid Rumble to predict. So that was my predictions for that Rumble match as well. But let me, of course, from Larry's request, before I check the live chat, I will go back and reveal my winners again for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Going back all the way up to the top here on my notes, and because I have this listed right here. I just scroll up here. Stay on. There we go. Okay, so for the pre-show, Rusev retains over Nakamura. Almost said Bobby Murphy. Thank you, R-Truth. Buddy Murphy retains in the Fatal 4-Way, but again, don't be surprised if Hideo Itami wins because of the momentum he's been picking up. Asuka retains over Becky. Bryan retains over Styles. Becky and Charlotte will co-win the Women's Royal Rumble match. Shane and Miz will win the SmackDown Tag Titles. Ronda will retain, but there will be some involvement from the Horsewoman. Brock will retain over the Man, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins, will win the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble match. So let's check the live chat one more time before we check off here. Let's see it. Let's see here. Where were we at? Let's see here. We're right here where Larry's saying that we great. He's listening. Now I'm hyped for the Rumble. Haha, nice. The complete opposite from what I booked. I loved it. No man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil. But that would be solid on everything for sure. Crowd would be hyped. You mean jingle my balls or gender my balls or Juice Mahal, Hard Body Mahal, whatever we've all called gender for sure, but he's gonna get out there quickly. Our truth ideas are hilarious. Yeah, either coming out at number 30 for the Women's Royal Rumble or he comes out at number 13. Not 13, not 13. My bad. So again, if it was 2015, you couldn't get me to laugh at that shit at all. I thought it was stupid. Now he's actually found it for a way to make it be funny. I feel. Don't really know what's next for the New Day. Me neither. That's why I predicted that. Tyler Bay, he likes that idea. Let's go. Giving us a better Rumble that we probably will get on Sunday. Who knows? Maybe. Batista, damn. We have to keep our expectations low on Sunday with all the awesome booking we got here. Yeah, for sure. I definitely say so. But, I had to throw in a few there. Just, think a little bit more about some things. I know probably way too soon for Alistair too, maybe. Lars, please let it be Lars. It's Lars. My beast. Hey, that the anxiety thing appeared. Yeah, again, I just hope he'll be okay. But it could be a sign. Hope they know what they're doing with the guy for sure. Awesome decision. Awesome booking. Enough said. Thank you. Marcy's checking out. Good night. Take care, Mark. And Larry says, thank you. Also enjoy the Rumble weekend and you guys too. But that, guys, thank you guys again. I'm sorry the first stream had that little glitch in it or whatnot that happened that's caused me to restart it. But had a fun time with you guys tonight. Now, I would have also done my top 10 special, but I didn't really prepare for it. So I want to keep my top 10 special for tomorrow night, which will be my top 10 Royal Rumble matches. Maybe I'll do worse. Not sure yet. But because I can't. Again, here's the thing: when making a top 10 list, I don't want to just put stuff on like okay, if I'm ranking like these 30 matches from top to bottom, I could say these were great, but these were so-sos. I don't want to have to throw so-so matches, in there just to fill up spots. Same with the works. There's only just a couple matches I can say were god awful, but we can definitely talk about some of those as well. Tomorrow also, but tomorrow will definitely be the top 10, my top 10 Royal Rumble matches of all time. So guys, what grade would you give? I mean, not grade. That's not yet. So guys, once again, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below of my predictions and your predictions as well for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Again, it could be booked right. This could be an awesome show for sure. We have a lot we can definitely be expecting. Oh, and also I forgot to mention also a few other names that were not in that men's Rumble match. So, anyways, again, like Kevin Owens, don't think he's gonna be ready yet. Adam Cole, only because I know he was in it last year, but last year, keep in mind, they were near his hometown he grew up in, which is Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and he was originally supposed to be in the U.S. title match with Bobby Roode, but then they didn't want to see him lose, so they put him in the Rumble match instead. I think it's going to be Adam Cole. I was going to put in Bray Wyatt, but I really don't know what WWE is going to do with him right now. I mean, I would like to see him back, but it might be better for him to go to AEW. So that's why I didn't put Bray Wyatt either. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there very fast. And a few others came off the top of my head, but yeah. But guys, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below of your Rumble predictions as well. Again, I'll be back up here tomorrow for my top 10 special. Probably get a few video game Let's Plays uploaded over the weekend also. I'll up here again Saturday for my live reactions of the NXT North American Championship match and the NXT Championship match. And, of course, my review of TakeOver Phoenix Sunday again. If you want to see any live reactions, check out Dan's channel. And I'll be doing my live review when I get home on Sunday. That's the normal thing next Monday. So, guys, once again, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Click the like and subscribe more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Mayor93. Guys, it's been a fun evening. Definitely discussing these shows with you guys. Definitely this show in particular, I had a lot of fun discussing with my Rumble predictions as well. So, guys, I am checking out. I will see you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night. Take care, everybody. Let's get hyped. This is going to be a fun weekend, everybody. Peace out, everybody.